What's up guys, Chartsmith here, back again with a new video, and in this video we're gonna take a look at the crypto coin TAO, also known as Bittensor. In this video I want to take a look at what we can expect next after the big crash on last Friday. So if you want to be fully updated on this crypto coin, make sure to watch this video until the end. And I also want to invite you into our free Discord community, the link is down below. In there we have daily in-depth discussions about the crypto market. So if you're interested in that, make sure to join it and I would love to see you in there. For now, let's get into our analysis. Like a lot of other crypto coins, Bittensor took out liquidity that was still left open and pretty important to eventually take out. In this case, equal lows right here and equal lows at our all-time lows. We made all-time lows, you think? Isn't that really bearish? No. As you can see, we got a pretty nice recovery towards the upside, instantly closing into our old lows, which is really strong, and we held this demand zone which was still left open. As I talked about in my previous videos, the wicks do the damage and the bodies tell the story. After this really bullish close, you can also see we got a massive expansion towards the upside and we're already taking out a lot of liquidity. So let's zoom in and see what we can expect. If we're gonna take a look at the structure on the 4-hour, we can see we have this pullback we made before we started trading above this high. So if you want to stay bullish on TAO, this is also gonna be your low to hold. And that instantly makes this demand a really interesting zone to put in a higher low and a new higher high. Why? This is the last pullback we made where sellers tried to push price lower, but the buyers took over and pushed price above the highs. There's also a bit of a more refined zone in there, so make sure to have this demand on your chart if we're never gonna manage to hold locally here. Right now we are in a bit of a supply after taking out a lot of liquidity on the highs, so it can be logical to get some sort of rejection right now and look for liquidity on the lows to continue trading higher again, because a coin can't just keep on pumping up. Eventually it has to fuel up for the next move. If you look at our 1-hour structure, we can see after this big expansion towards the upside, just before trading above this high, we had a pullback and after that started trading higher. So on your 1-hour, apart from your 4-hour, this is gonna become your low to hold, and also we instantly have another structured demand to hold to continue this internal trend towards the upside. So we can already focus on this local picture to look for trading opportunities. On the 30-minute we can see we also had this pullback which brought us higher also into our supply. So within our 1-hour structure, this is our internal trend to keep and trade higher. This is not a valid break of structure. No, this is just a liquidity hunt. Okay, we had a liquidity hunt. We are holding support in a demand zone. Does this mean we can already trade higher? Sure. Why not? But if we're never gonna manage to trade above this high again, this higher low is never confirmed and we can still take it out and tap into another demand we have still left open to continue the trend. So for right now, we don't know yet. We'll have to wait until we're gonna trade above this high. Knowing this, let's look if there are any other liquidity and demand so we can look at to continue trading higher. I instantly see this structure demand on the 50-minute. Why is this one important? Right here you can see sellers tried to push price down, but buyers took over here, and this is also the last pullback we made before trading above this local high and thereby also this bigger high to the left, making this a really interesting point to put in a higher low within this bigger demand. What does this mean? That means that this low becomes a liquidity low that we can use to fuel up orders and trade higher from. This also is my first long POI on Bittensor to look at. Okay, what if we're never gonna manage to hold this and we're gonna need more liquidity from the lows, because as you can see right here, there's a big pool of liquidity collected. And you can see on the 30-minute, there's a really nice order block slash demand below it, which we can also use to trade higher from. If we're never gonna manage to do it from one of these zones, we're gonna take a look at this zone, and then we will wait on local confirmations if we can go higher, because in between this and this there's just a whole lot of nothing. And now we can see we're also in a bit of supply, which we are rejecting from right now, which can cause us to go lower and take out more liquidity from the lows and maybe even into this demand. Okay, and what if we're never gonna touch into any of these demands? What can we look at? This supply then becomes an interesting zone to look for support and eventually trade higher, because we still have a lot of liquidity on the highs with not really any supply, which is gonna hold us lower, meaning that this is just low resistance liquidity we can pump through, and then this supply is the next stop where we can look for rejection, maybe more downside, we don't know, but definitely have this one on your chart and don't try to moon this coin towards all-time highs from here, because that is just not realistic. So then this supply is definitely gonna become a support and resistance zone I'm gonna take a look at for local trading opportunities. Then this will be the update on TAO. I hope it was helpful and you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave behind a like and subscribe to the channel to be updated on future videos. And then I will see you in the next one. Ciao!